Alright, let's talk about some tinder plants. Plants used for Firebow tinder. This is bushy blue stem. It's a type of a sedge, but at the base down here at the bottom is where the tinder is, the dead grass. Up at the top, during certain times of the year, there's plant fluff at the top. You can put that in a bundle that you make from the grass, you know, basically a bird nest, and put the fluff inside as an extender. That's one plant. Let's walk over here, talk about some more. Well, this is a yellow pine here, and down at the bottom is a lot of pine needles, dead ones. You can make these into a bundle, and underneath these is a lot of little, underneath these, as you can see maybe, is even deader looking pine needles here. So the idea is to use this for your tinder bundle, the pine needles, the dead ones, and the really dry, duffy stuff for breaking up and you know, into the bundle and using that. That's one right there. For it's another one, and we'll come over here to the palmetto, saw palmetto. Here at the, you can see the fibers in the palmetto. Sometimes they'll get, if there's a stump coming off of the palmetto. Let me look around. I don't see one right now, but there's a bud that this comes from. Some of them are the buds under the ground. Some of them are on top of the ground. And there's the palmetto stump fibers here. This one's up near the heart. But a lot of times you can find these same fibers in the bud of buried up underneath the boot jacks. They stay pretty dry, and you know, there's a lot of videos, I guess, on it, but a lot of people talk about it. It's all right to use as a tinder. I really don't like messing with it because then I don't have to fool with these the saws on the palmetto stem to get to it, and I'll tell you why in a minute. But anyway, that's another type of tinder. There is the fibers. Here is actually a better tinder, and I don't have to, well, I mean, I can shave the little barbs off of the side, the saws off of the stem, but I don't want to go to all that trouble. So what I usually do is take something like this, a dead frond, and let the frond be my my tinder bundle. So what I'll do is, that wasn't a good example. What I'll do is cut it off here and use a dead frond here, which has a ridge down the middle to put shavings from the stem inside, and that acts as a very good tinder bundle on its own, without even having to resort to the fibers and getting cut up or sliced up or whatever from the saws. Anyway, that's another. Those are some right there that I'll show here in a minute. What was the other one I wanted to show? Let's walk over. There's a nice little huckleberry. And he's got little flowers on him too. Okay. I don't know if that'll put out, and the bugs are messing with me, the biting ones. Don't want to step on that guy. There's some more over here I don't want to step on either. Let's go down this trail. Well, they're really trying to bite today. Here's one I don't want to mess with. This is a Spurge Medal, or a bull-nettle, and it's got little tiny spines and spikes all over it. It's a nettle. He's biting me, trying to bite me on the neck. Little spikes and spines on it. And it's a nettle. But it's of a different genus, I think. But anyway, you don't want to mess with it. Actually, there's a tuber I think that runs off about a foot from it. That on the larger ones. This is a little one, off of the larger ones, and about a foot away from it out here. And you can use a stick to dig down and maybe get a tuber out of it. And it's supposedly edible, but you know, I don't have any that are really large around here. And I don't, you know, they're just all small ones right now. So, but anyway, let's get back to the bundles. And what I've got here is some Tinder Bundles. This is one that's that bushy blue stem, sedge, the grass with some plant fluff inside. Actually, the plant fluff that I have for this I'm using is this right here. This is Kogan grass fluff right now that's available, and it works pretty good. So I've got another one here. It's this is just a regular grass bundle. It's a bird's nest, and again I've got some bits of grass inside and some fluff. What I want to do, and I'll tell you, I'll show you a couple more. That's the pine needle bundle, the pine needles, and the little bits that I showed earlier that are inside, the duff. And what I want to do with these when I use them is close them up around, once I get the coal inside, is close the bundle up and then blow on it. A lot of times in my videos you may see me hold the bundle open and blow into it. That's not a good example. I'm not trying to do that as an example of what to do. I'm doing that to show the viewer what's going on in the bundle. So, but the proper way to do it is to close the bundle around and to blow into the bundle, because if the coal is small and you try to blow into an open bundle, it could go out. So, you know, I could get away with it because I had some larger coals, and the bigger coals allowed me to get away with doing that. But that's not the thing to do. The bundle needs to be closed, and then you can apply air to it. You know, so it goes back to the fire pyramid where you have, you know, your three basic ingredients for a fire, which is your fuel, your heat, and your oxygen or air. So anyway, here's a few more. We'll get to the palmetto, and here's those fibers. So what I would want to do typically when it comes to these fibers is I would want to add because what happens with these fibers is they're not tightly packed. I could tightly pack them and maybe get it to work, but since they're loose like this, you get these air gaps in here, and the air gaps cause problems. It's the same way with moss. So here's the dead moss up here. This is the stuff that works and you want to use. This is the live stuff down here. The dead moss is the same way. If you get a lot of this stuff and you put it into, make a bundle out of it like this, then you're going to get those gaps in there. And it's a poor for heat expansion. You want some sort of extender inside the bundle that gives you a larger surface area so you can expand that coal out in the heat. And you know, the smaller extenders tend to do that, like, you know, the small, you know, grass bits like in here, you know, along with the you know, plant fluff, or, you know, things like that. The little bits of duff, pine needle duff, you know, and those kind of things. So what I want is I want a larger surface area in these bundles to expand that coal, the heat of that coal. And that's another point that I really wanted to get across. And here's the last one that I had, which was just the frond of the palmetto with stem shavings inside, and I just dropped the coal in the center here and blow on it. This works really well. Actually, it's better than that. Then I don't have to worry about the barbs or the saws on the palmetto stem cutting my fingers. So, you know, yeah, just but essentially, when you see me on videos with the bundles, that's what I've usually got. I got some sort of extender inside or something, you know, anything light and fluffy. All of this is, you know, what's your Tinder bundle made out of? Things that are light and fluffy and dry, dead, dry, light and fluffy. And that's what I'm looking for. And some sort of an extender to put into it. And basically what I'm doing is making a bird's nest. Actually, a real bird's nest would work because it's the same as what I'm doing here. You got maybe your finer materials as you're going up to the center, as you're going toward the center of the bundle or the nest. You know, your finest material should be in the center, with your coarser materials on the outside. So, you know, that's pretty much it in a nutshell. Right there. Tinder bundles. And please don't do like I do in some of my videos and hold the bundle open and blow into it. Close the bundle up around the coal. Once the coal is inside, sitting on the larger surface area of extender inside the bundle, close it around and either gently blow on it, or you can move it from side to side, as long as the air, you're feeding air to it, because you know you need those three essentials for your fire, the fire pyramid. You need the fuel, the heat, and the air or the oxygen. That's it. So close those bundles. And thanks for watching.